Hi there. I know a lot of you are probably looking at me right now and saying, you probably had a rough night. You are absolutely correct. It was a long night. The worst part of it is that it's only half over. Half. You know why? Because I got to go to work. It's all about fulfilling commitments, isn't it? That's what we do. We tell somebody we're going to do something, and then we have to go do it. You know, and I'm not even that good at it. You know what? I've got so many things that I've told people that I'm going to do, and I haven't been able to get to it because I tell too many of them that I'm going to do something. And you can't do more than you're able to do. That sounds weird, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm tired. It was a long night. Very long. Short sleep, of course, 5 hours, maybe. I don't even know if they were good hours. Up, rehearsal, sweating my ass off because it's hard work and hot in there. And then, driving to work and working all night. And it was busy, busy is what it was. Busy. Busy bee. Busy as a bee. That's a saying I'd looked up. Dave, if you watch this one, busy as a bee. Busy as a beaver or busy as a bee? Some of those have to be in the old cliche book somewhere. But I'd like to know the origin without having to do the work myself because I got too much to do. Anyway, you know what I hate? I hate driving to work and there's some kind of construction going on. I may have mentioned this before, but last night, I'm on the road. Like, my company is on a specific road, okay? And just one road goes in. It's, like a one dead end street, and it's all businesses down the street. And so you drive down it, well, that's what you do. You drive down the road, of course. But they decided, it's right underneath the highway, the road. So, you get off the exit and you go underneath this underpass and overpass. Underpass or overpass? I've never been able to figure out which it is. Because if you're driving under it, it's an underpass, right? And if you're driving over, it's an overpass. So is it just where you're driving? Or is there a specific name for the bridge over the road? The highway over the road? Underpass, overpass? Dave? So anyway, go under it and I want to get to to my work. And they've shut it down. They decided they were going to do fucking construction on a road. I think they were paving some potholes. There may have been some real big potholes over there. And they shut the road down. I'm sitting behind all these 18-wheelers and the line is, I can't see shit. Because you know why? These 18-wheelers are real tall. Taller than this, but this is as high as I can go on my camera. Pisses me off. Sitting there 10 minutes, waiting. My work is 30 seconds away, but I can't get there. I could have walked. I could have just left my car and walked. Thought about it, but I didn't do it. Pisses me off. I'm tired. I got to go to New Hampshire Magazine. Probably have to put in a full day. And then work wanted me to come back. And you know what they said? Why don't you just come back at 5 o'clock? We'll need you then. So I got up at 5 o'clock yesterday now, which was Thursday. From today, it's Friday. Yesterday was Thursday. 5 p.m. I got up, 5 hours of sleep. Been on the go since. I'll probably get done at New Hampshire Magazine 4 or 5, maybe get home around there. So it'll be 24 hours consecutively. And they want me to drive an hour back down to the North Shore to put in a 4-hour shift. What do you think? What do you think I'm going to do? I'm thinking I might not do it because it's an hour drive. It's an hour to come back. I don't know what state I'm going to be in by the time I'm done over here at the magazine. I know what state I'm in now. And I got a little bit of juices flowing. I got some Mountain Dew that I can, keep me alive. But after 24 hours, I don't know that I'm going to do another 6 and then come back. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do the next 6, 7 hours, but we'll see. Congratulations to the Celtics. That was a great game. Just saying. Great game. Man, it's nice to see those guys be able to work like that, be able to play like that. Kind of inspiring in a way, I have to say. Bunch of guys, older guys that are still, you know, I mean, of course, you know, when you're older, you know, mentally you're more adjusted. You know more. You understand more. You're able to play smarter rather than harder. But these guys still play hard and smart. And going against guys that are just with less mileage, you tend to have more energy. Works on cars too. So they played great. They really, I mean, the level of opponent is not, you know, it was a pretty decent opponent, I have to say. Probably not on the level of some of the other ones they would face from the West, but it was hell. It was a good series. Good series. Good to see those guys still playing well. You know, ever since they assembled that big three, they've won the first round of the playoffs every single time, every year. Yeah. They had a championship stolen from them too by some referees, which is the reason why basketball sucks as far as the top 4 sports go. Referees have way too much control over who's playing the game and the flow of the game. Just way too much. I don't like it. Never really have. I mean, it's fun to watch though. One thing I'll say is growing up, I didn't follow basketball growing up either. A little bit. Larry Bird had just, you know, got drafted right when I started following. As I was kind of into sports already. I mean, I was playing baseball and hockey every year since the age of 6. And I remember specifically, this is funny, it was 1981, and I was playing, it was a Little League game, you know, and we were, there was a regular game going on, and they made an announcement over the speaker of the game when the Celtics had won the championship. It was 1981, and I still remember that to this day. They had just drafted Larry Bird, and, you know, he took him all the way. That was his first year, right? I'm pretty sure it was. Pretty sure it was. I think it's 81. Is it 80 or 81? I think it's 81. Can't do any fact checking right now. I'm trying to make a blog. So anyway, I've always been inspired by Larry Bird. I'll have to say, for somebody who is considered one of the greatest to ever play the game, and it's not just that, not because he's a hometown boy. Well, I mean, you know, playing for the Celtics. I mean, I know he's from Indiana and stuff, but you know, you draft him to the Celtics draft him, and he plays his whole career here, and you know, he's one of the best. He's a multiple championship winning player. He's the leader of your team, and even a person like that knew that he had weaknesses in his game. You know, you don't look at him and say like he's the perfect player. You know, I mean, like there's strong parts about him. I mean, he's just a phenomenal player. He knew he had weak parts of his game, and he would admit it, and he would work on them. He would work on his weak parts until they were his strong parts, and that earned my respect. Like since I was old enough to understand, basketball more, and it wasn't just basketball. I mean, like it was more of understanding, human desire and drive. I don't know what age I got that, but I remember Larry Bird having a lot to do with it. So I always have idolized him for that, specifically him saying in an interview one time how hard he worked on whether it was the 3-point shooting, whatever part like of his game was lacking, just made me always want to work hard, and that's kind of how I still am today. But anyway, Celtics, congratulations. Not that you care to hear from me, but there's a story I want to tell you all. I know I just checked the time. It's like 9 minutes. I can't help it. So anyway, a friend of mine at work has a daughter who's learning to drive, trying to get her driver's license in London. Okay. And apparently it's almost impossible to get, past driving instruction out in London for some reason. Maybe they have a different style of driving, apparently, like what you have to be aware of while you're driving. Not only is on the wrong side and, but there's all kinds of other things. But this struck me as funny. The woman at work a woman at work, said that this was one of the things that she failed on her driving test in London. She said, "Do you know how you're driving and you just want to change lanes, so you just put your directional on and move?" She was like, "You fail. See, in London, you have to check all your mirrors first before you can put on your directional." And I'm looking and I'm going, "You Massachusetts people. Guess what? In New Hampshire, we always are checking our mirrors. We always are. We're always trying to be aware of everybody around us. You know, defensive driving. I know that doesn't exist in Massachusetts, but you should look it up. It's a cool concept. You'd have less dings in your car, I'll tell you that much. Not to make fun of somebody who just got some dings in their car recently. I understand. I am sorry. I'm not trying to make fun of you. Really not. But so anyway, we in New Hampshire already check our mirrors before we signal because we want to know if we can move, if there's somebody around that we might bump into. You know, we look directional. Massachusetts, they don't think that way. No wonder it's hard for somebody that from Massachusetts origin to pass a London driving exam. 11 minutes. Okay. Anyway, that's it. I got to go. There was a person I talked to last night. You know what their name was? I say, "What's your name?" Koffee. Koffee. That was their name. Koffee. These names are crazy, let me tell you. Can you imagine, how did this person get their name? Can you imagine? The doctor is like, "Oh, okay," and you know, doing a little survey with the patient, you know, and like, "Okay, so would you like for breakfast this morning? What did you have? Did you want some coffee? What did you want to name your child?" And the resident probably trying to catch up probably said like, "Oh yeah, I would like coffee," and then the child got the name. Maybe it didn't happen that way. I went over 12 minutes. Damn it. You know how I'm always on this 12-minute kick because my camera only records in 12-minute segments. So I have to put two together if I record over 12 minutes, which I did. Now I'm pissed. So anyway, Coffee's a weird name. You know, and you know what else is a weird name? I don't know why it came up, but somebody said Baja. We were talking about California and it's sinking into the sea, which I'm not saying I want to happen, but because there's an earthquake. Somebody mentioned there was a lot of earthquakes recently across the United States. And I said, "Oh, did California fall into the ocean yet?" Which is just a joke. Don't want anybody to lose their lives or family. But somebody brought up Baja. And I'm like, what crazy name, huh? It's like you're laughing. I mean, how did they name Baja? You know, like, Baja! What a stupid laugh. What a stupid laugh I have. All right, that's it. I gotta go. I gotta go to work. Look at me. Look at me. Anyway, everybody enjoy your weekend. Because I know I will. It's going to be long. Crazy. Tech Week starts this weekend. Tech Week. I did it again. You see that? I'm saying I'm wrapping it up, but I just keep talking like this. I'm a chick. Okay. Start Tech Week. In North Conway, when I get up there, I've got to do, like, it's got to be like kind of like dress rehearsal because this is the last time I'm going to rehearse with everybody before we perform live. Because I'll be away from the cast for a week because I'm going to Tech Week for Moon Over Buffalo, and then performances this coming weekend. Not this coming weekend, the following weekend. And then the Tuesday after, I'm performing the other show. There's a part of me that's saying, let's get this done. I'm ready to do it. I'm just losing my mind and losing all kinds of time. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm having fun. But I feel my life is being kind of like sucked away. Like, that was weird. I'm going. Have a good one, y'all. Don't drive angry. That's the message. Toodles. I just say toodles. I need some sleep.